What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I hate filming wearing this thing, but I have the worst headache right now, so we're gonna go ahead with it. If you're new around here, my name is Sophie and I am 20 years old and my life is kind of crazy. I'm pretty new to the YouTube scene, so it would mean the absolute world if you guys would subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow my social media links, which I will have in the description down below. So we're just gonna hop right into today's video, and I'm just gonna let the elephant out of the room here. I'm kind of a sick chick. I joke to Pope, so just so you guys know, if I sound like I'm making fun of something, please don't find it offensive. I'm literally making fun of myself because it's my coping mechanism. You have to be able to laugh at yourself in order to get through things like this, right? I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I'm fighting several rare chronic illnesses, which are all caused by one genetic connective tissue disorder that I have called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm gonna call it EDS for short. Basically what EDS is it's a multi-systemic condition that affects various proteins in your body, such as collagen. Now, Ehlers-Danlos is kind of a condition to deal with on its own, but it also can cause other chronic illnesses to develop, which are called comorbidities, and I have a lot of the comorbidities of Ehlers-Danlos. But for the sake of today's video, we're going to keep it super simple. We're only going to focus on one of them. Thank God. Literally, my brain is constantly dealing with all of them, so trust me, I'm overwhelmed too. And the one comorbidity that we're going to be talking about today is something called Complex Regional Pain Syndrome, or CRPS for short. What is CRPS? I've never even heard of that. Crips? Crips. Well, I'm glad you asked. CRPS is a rare chronic illness that affects the sympathetic nervous system, and it's caused by either a minor or major injury. Mine started from a very, very minor fracture in my foot, and it manifests by spreading throughout your body from limb to limb, everywhere. It can even spread into your organs, and it causes a very specific crushing, burning pain. Now, there's lots of chronic pain conditions that can cause intense and excruciating pain, but the pain of CRPS is very specific. It's not similar to that of fibromyalgia. It's not similar to arthritis. It literally feels like you are run over by a truck, then wrapped in barbed wire, doused in gasoline, and then lit on fire. And I know that sounds rather over the top or like an extreme description of what CRPS feels like, but it's actually not. In fact, CRPS is actually considered the world's most painful disease to exist in modern history. Now, pain is, of course, something that is subjective because everyone's tolerance of pain is different, right? However, according to the world of medicine and something called the McGill Pain Scale, CRPS is actually ranked more painful than childbirth, non-terminal cancer, and amputation. For me, my CRPS was kind of the catalyst that brought forward many other comorbidities associated with Ehlers-Danlos, which is the weird connective tissue disorder that I was talking about earlier. My fight with CRPS has certainly not been easy. I've done intense rehabilitation programs, which were great for rebuilding my strength and getting me functional in my mobility again, but it didn't take away the pain. In fact, my pain only ended up getting worse. I was put on so many different medications and combinations of different medications. That didn't work. I've tried both holistic and modernized medicine approaches, and nothing has worked in the slightest except for the treatment that I am on now. So the treatment that I'm on now is something called high-dose ketamine infusions. I'm also given several different medications which counteract the negative side effects of the ketamine, such as Versed, which is another anesthetic, and it makes you forget absolutely everything because ketamine can actually make you hallucinate, and those hallucinations can be very, very scary, so they don't want you to remember that. I also get lidocaine, a few different nausea medications, because girl, it tumbly gets a grumbly with these medications. I get Benadryl because I have mast cell activation, and there's a couple others that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I kind of call it my infusion cocktail. Ketamine's a very powerful drug, and especially when used in high doses, the main goal of ketamine is to allow your brain and your sympathetic nervous system to have a total rest and reset. And essentially that helps the body to rewire nerve pathways, resulting in pain relief. I have a port, which is a central line, and I get my treatment through that, and I'm induced into what they call a coma-like state, which sounds scary, but let me explain. I'm fully sedated, like knocked out, sleeping, not alert. But I'm not put into like an actual coma. I'm just basically asleep for 4 to 6 hours. Sometimes because of my EDS, my body has a very high tolerance to anesthetics, and I'll wake up a little bit during the infusion, but I have no recollection of anything during my treatment. And I have very vague memory of like bits and pieces of the week once I begin my treatments. And the recovery process can be very rough too. It's one of those things where you usually feel wiped out afterwards for a few weeks, and then it slowly gets better and you start to bounce back. Unfortunately, there is not a cure for CRPS. These treatments only help to stabilize it and keep it managed and maintained in a way that I could hopefully live a functional life. But they do not take the CRPS away, and they do not take the pain fully away. But that 40% reduction in pain, even if it doesn't last super, super long, 40% of pain reduction is a huge difference. When you are living your life at a daily 10 out of 10 on the pain scale and your quality of life is suffering, it makes the hard parts worth it. I'm gonna stop talking now, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me and let you guys see for yourselves what a week in the life of a CRPS patient receiving high-dose ketamine infusions is like. I hope this video can be helpful to some of you, and I hope it can raise a little bit more awareness for people like me. And I just hope that my story can either help someone out there who's fighting this or raise a little bit more awareness to someone who has no idea that this disease even exists. All right, let's roll the clip. Good morning. So I woke up super early this morning for no reason at all. Like, I woke up at 6:30 and could not fall back asleep just because I'm like anxious and my mind's in a million places before this round. Yesterday, I had my doctor's appointment where we typically just go over everything. Today, I will begin. I have today, tomorrow, and the next day, outpatient. I will be there for like 4 or 5 hours a day. And then I come back here to the lovely Ronald McDonald House and rest. And then I repeat the whole thing all over again the next morning. So I have already like washed my face, done my hair, gotten dressed, all that stuff. I still have to take my morning medicine, and I have to take my pre-infusion medication, and I have to put the EMLA on my port to numb it so that way I don't feel it when they stick a needle in my chest. Besides that, that's really it. I'm gonna go finish getting ready, brush my teeth and all that, and then we will get on our way. Let's get this bread! Alright, so this is my port. As you can see, it's just a little lump. It's a little Lego in my chest. And my mom is just going to put the EMLA on now, which is this little white cream, and it doesn't hurt at all.
It's got lidocaine in it,
and
so
it makes it numb. So that way when they stick the needle in it, I don't feel it at all. Even though I'm allergic to this stuff, like it makes it very red and irritated, I still use it just because it works. You just keep that covered the whole time until you go in, and my nurses will wipe it off and access my port, and we'll get the infusion started. So no IVs in my arms, none of that stuff, because I have no veins left. My veins were so depleted, which is why I got a port in the first place. Just sticks just like that. Super easy, super quick, doesn't hurt, very fast, and it helps it from hurting later on. So that's good. And that's it. And then I just zip myself back up, and then I'll be numb. So I'm not going to bed. I'm kidding, I'm going to bed. So we're getting knocked out, and I'll forget everything in a very short while. And I sleep the whole time.
Good luck, I love you.
I feel, oh, this is the best part.
This is what you
where there's no pain. My vision's getting blurry. Are my words? Are my words? There you go.
You're going. Say goodnight.
That was it. Easy peasy.
I can take to ease my mind.
Nah.
Okay, say goodnight. Close your eyes. I love you.
Keep telling me that it gets better.
Day one is done. I am so out of it, and my vision is blurry. I can't even see myself in the viewfinder right now. So if I'm not centered and if this quality is horrible, I'm so sorry about that. I'm just really nauseous. Today went well though so far. I can definitely feel some of the side effects starting to hit me, but we're still kicking. We're still getting through this. We only got 2 more to go, then we're done. I'm just ready to get it over with. So before I was not very alert. We drove around for a little bit, let me wake up a little bit. Everything was still way more blurry than it was before, but it's very blurry now still, so I'm still struggling. So we are going to go back to the Ronald McDonald House. I'm probably just gonna crawl right back into bed and either lay down or go to sleep. It's not that fun. So all right, y'all, so it is like 9 o'clock at night on day 1, and I am so nauseous. I'm so nauseous. Literally, I have taken every nausea medication under the sun. I've done everything in my power. Nothing is touching it. But that's okay. It's temporary. We're gonna get through this, right? We have to believe in that, right? We have to just keep telling ourselves that, right? Today was pretty good. The side effects have started to really hit me tonight. With the nausea, my legs literally being like spaghetti noodles, like my equilibrium, my balance, all of that is off. So like I'm needing help like to like get up and like walk. I'm just very off in that sense. My head is pounding, but also, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you don't know this by now and you like know me in person, like you must be living under a rock. I wear this thing 8 hours a day because I have something called craniocervical instability, which is another wonderful thing brought to you by Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. annoying. So basically, like, what's happening is my skull is not staying in place on top of my spinal cord and all the bones in my neck. There's like nerve damage in my neck and stuff like that. That's for a whole other video. So like my headaches are kind of like one of those things we look at and we're like, is it because you aren't like able to wear your neck brace as much while you're doing your treatments because this kind of like rubs directly right where my port is? Or do you like tough it out and deal with the consequences of the headaches and the already cognitive deficits that are there on top of the cognitive deficits that you get when you have like ketamine and Versed and all that stuff in your system. We got through day one down. We got to get through day 2 and day 3, and then we're done and I get to go home and cuddle with my dog who I miss so much. I love her with all my heart. So love you guys and sweet dreams. See you in the morning. Alright, so good morning. It is day number 2 of this round, and I am exhausted. I feel like I got hit by a truck. Last night I was in some of the worst nausea I've ever had, but we're doing good. A lot better this morning in terms of like those side effects. So today's plan is actually to go to the clinic a little bit early because I did not get to finish my fluids yesterday. So I'm going in early today to hydrate up and get my fluids in my system. Then afterwards I will start my treatment. So today's a little different. We're going a little early. It's cool though, it's fine. I'm gonna go finish getting ready, but let's get this stuff going. Hello. So I am in the room just getting my fluids, and then I will go into another room and get my infusion. Let's get this bread. So I switched rooms. We have the dark room. Say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. And I'm ready to get knocked out. I am very anxious today again. I don't know why, but I'm about to take a pretty bomb nap, so I shouldn't be that nervous. Yep, all that stuff is gonna go right into my little needle in my chest, which goes directly into a tube that goes directly into my heart. Good night, Mama. I always never know which part it is that I fall asleep on. It's like burning in
That's
here.
Benadryl. That's the Benadryl.
Yeah.
Phenergan now.
Yeah, I'm starting to get relaxed. Come to me now. Feeling anxious, afraid to be alone again. I hate this. Trying to find a way so can't breathe. Oh, this is my help me. Sounds like me in my 3rd grade talent show.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night. Oh.
There's Sophie sleeping. They had to give her more Versed because she has been fighting it. Finally, she's quiet. For a while there, she was not quiet. She was up and kind of having a conversation, but not really making a lot of sense. And now she's doing a little bit better with the Versed, and she's pretty out of it. So we'll let the baby sleep. You know what they say, never wake a sleeping baby.
I need
What do you want me to do? We need to wait a few minutes until Alexa says we can.
No.
How about the Jonas Brothers?
2019 was the Jonas Brothers' return year. That was it. That was the year. The year of the bros.
This angle sucks, and I'm also so out of it right now, and so nauseous. Okay, hey, hi there, hello. Day 2 is done. I have a really bad headache, and I'm very nauseous still. But it was okay. I thought it was okay. Apparently, I got a really bad mast cell reaction in the middle of it, and they had to stop my treatment for a little while. I woke up, and I was like, why am I awake? Like, is this done? Like, all the nurses were in the room talking about it, and I was like, what happened? It's such a scary feeling to not be in control of your... Such a scary feeling to like not be in control of your own body, especially when you are a control freak in the first place. I hate it. Like, there are people who are like, oh, you get ketamine? You must be tripping off the walls, man. And I'm just like, I absolutely hate it. It's just not enjoyable at all. Yeah, I 10 out of 10 do not recommend. 2 days down, 1 more to go. Alright, vlog, well, here we are. It's 12 in the morning, and for, I would say, since like 8 maybe, I've been having total rebound flares. And what rebound flares are basically during ketamine infusions. Even though ketamine is supposed to make you feel better, what it can do is actually trick your nervous system, and you can end up with another CRPS flare. So right now, both of my legs and my entire, like from my feet all the way up to my top of my spine, are on fire in some of the worst flare-up pain I've had during a treatment ever, but there's nothing that you can really do. You just kind of have to let it run its course. And as much as that sucks because I'm in a lot of freaking pain, I know in the back of my head that this is only temporary. And I also am relieved because I still have one more day of treatment, meaning tomorrow, as soon as I go in and they get me hooked up and they start my infusion, I'm not going to be in pain because the entire time that it's dripping into my body, I'm not in pain. I am ready for this round to be over with. I'm very eager and hopeful that it works and it helps to minimize my pain and put it in a place that is maintainable and manageable. And I pray that none of my other illnesses come in and screw up my CRPS recovery like they've constantly been doing for the past year and a half. So positive thoughts, people. You are a lot stronger than you think you are. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's very true. Every single time that I've been so weak and thought that I was never going to make it through or that I wanted to give up, I've gotten through it. And that's a testament to your own story. These are crazy whirlwind human experiences that shape us. And I've actually really been thinking about this thing that Kobe Bryant said about taking your painful experiences in life and turning them into opportunities. And that's exactly what I intend to do. You know, this vlog is for other fighters out there, for other people out there who might have CRPS and might be looking for treatment options or might be doing ketamine infusion soon and not know what they're getting themselves into. And every place and every facility is different, and you know, the treatment regimen that I am on, like the protocol that I'm on, is high dose, so it's very different. That's why I want to bring you guys along and show you guys just what a typical day in the life is like. I try and show as much of the reality as I can because I really believe that if there is any reason that I was given this, it's to change other people's lives and help other people through my own story and inspire others and truly just make a difference. It's my mission. So with those beautiful thoughts and that intention in mind, I am going to bed, and tomorrow is the last day of this round. Good night, sweet dreams. See you in a couple hours.
Peace out.
All right, good morning, everyone. It's day 3. This is my beautiful mom. I did not pick up the camera a lot last night at all because I ended up getting a really bad CRPS flare, which is pretty typical for people during treatment. It's not like an uncommon thing to happen. That's why I didn't really vlog last night. However, yesterday during my treatment, I ended up getting a horrible mast cell reaction, and I'm glad I don't have a recollection of it. I don't remember anything, but I did wake up to my mom and all the nurses standing around my bed, and I was like, what is wrong?
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it was, it wasn't scary for me because, again, I was not
scary, but it was
conscious.
It was out of the norm.
I'm gonna have my mom kind of explain what was going on because, again, I was not alert or aware, so why would I be the one explaining what was happening?
So during the actual infusion, she started getting like all itchy and like saying, I'm itchy. So I got up and her face was all red, and I went and looked, and her back had red in it, on it. So I called in the nurse, and the nurse came in and we checked her belly and her back. She was all broken out in this like real bad rash on her face, her back, her chest, her arms.
God, I don't remember this.
So they gave her some extra Benadryl and waited a few minutes to see if that would change, and it didn't. And then they stopped the infusion. They weren't sure what was going on, and they got the doctor. The doctor came in and said, well, you know, she wasn't in any distress other than the itching and the redness.
I wasn't having an issue breathing.
Because with mast cell, you can very, very quickly go anaphylactic, and very quickly that can snowball. Then they brought in this medication. I don't remember what it was, but I know that with Sophie has something called IgG deficiency, which is an immune deficiency. So any kind of cortisone, prednisone, those type of things are a big no-no because they can actually make her very, very sick later on. It makes her more susceptible to illnesses down the road.
It just lowers my immune system more than it already is.
We were on the phone real quick. We called her immunologist, and they gave her the shot of whatever medicine that was to counteract the anaphylactic or moving forward with anaphylaxis. And waited a little while, and then everything started to dissipate. She looked good. Rash started.
I kind of started to wake up too because there's a little bit that I do remember, but I still was not like, I was conscious, but I wasn't conscious at the same time.
And then we just started the ketamine again, and she finished it up for the day. So that was it. So and here we are, and now we're late, and we gotta go. So
day 3.
Bye. Peace out.
Day 3.
Day 3.
Let's conquer day 3. We got
Rock and
this.
roll, baby.
No
Rock
bad,
and roll.
no bad reactions. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Nope.
And
Promise you everything.
I got my beautiful mom
Peace
keeping me
out.
strong.
Good
So
skin.
I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Ready? There's a part of me I can't get back. You can never hurt me again. Can I just be Demi Lovato? Like, can I just be best friends with her? I love her. This is one of my favorite nurses, Sarah, and this is her, well, it's not her last day, but it's my last day I get to see her. I love you. I love you so much. You've been amazing.
You've been better.
Special unicorn. So we're here, hooked up, not knocked out yet. Am I ready? Is that the question? Am I ready?
Overwhelmed and insecure. Give me something to have a drink and you'll feel better.
It's a bad angle.
Take a hold on
I'm feeling it. My jaw's doing that thing again.
Judge it.
it's like the walls are caving in.
It's so weird.
It's been doing that.
Have you ever had that before?
No.
Hold on.
I'm crawling.
Does it continue? It's not gonna stop, is it?
It might.
It lasted like a minute today, but I'm going
Is it
now.
on?
It's not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I feel like it is.
It happened last night too. And this morning.
That's gonna knock me.
Counts for the counts.
Thank you for your music, Scott, Sean, and Teddy. I love you guys so much. You guys seriously are better than any medicine that could be going through my veins.
It's like the walls are caving in.
I love you, promise everything.
And then some.
I'm trying not to fight it too.
I'll try it. Close your eyes and stress it.
With the full effect of the medicine, the more you relax your brain, the better, okay?
Whoa. I'm really tired right now. I'm back in my room and my room away from home, and I am really, really, really out of it. Just forgetting everything that I'm talking about mid-conversation. Nauseous, my head hurts really bad. I feel like I'm going to throw up. So I do want to put this out there. This round has been a much, for me at least, while I am aware of things, has been a much easier round. It was not easy on my nurses, it was not easy on my mom, because during the infusions, I was having a lot of mast cell reactions, and that's all because of my immune system and all of that. So my body is just such a complex mess. Typically though, I literally need help to walk, do anything. My balance is definitely off right now, but not like it typically is. And I'm not embarrassed to like say this on camera because there are other kids going through this stuff too. During my treatment, like I am usually so out of control of my own bodily functions that I am actually required when I'm at the clinic to wear an adult diaper. Gross, blech, yuck, disgusting, do not recommend, not a fashion trend, never ever. And they do that because you cannot get up during your treatment. Like, you are under anesthetics. You cannot get up and use the restroom, so if you gotta pee, you are going in your pants, and if you gotta poop, good luck, Charlie. It's so disgusting, it's so gross, and I think there's so many parts of this process that just feel so gross, and like you feel like your body is being overtaken by this. If you're a Stranger Things fan, this is the reference that I'm gonna make. It literally feels like the Demogorgon has got you and it's sucking everything out of you. Like, that is my fight. It's either me as Will on the field getting the life sucked out of me by the Demogorgon, or I'm like Elle, where I'm literally carrying an entire other entity and my own human world on my shoulders, and I'm fighting it, and I'm fearless. I mean, I'm both of those at once. Like, I have so much hope and so much drive. Like, I'm fighting for my freaking life here. Passion is what fuels me to keep going. And all of the things that I feel like I was put on this earth for to do, all of the things that I've always just wanted to accomplish, those are things that I can do whether I'm sick or I'm not. You better believe that I'm gonna use my time wisely, because I know that time is both the most valuable yet priceless thing at the same time. It's so important that we cherish our time, because truly you never, ever know when something can happen and things can change. And that does not mean living in constant fear of that. I think it's very much quite the opposite. I think it's acknowledging it and coming to terms with it and radically accepting the things that you cannot control that are happening to you health-wise. Like, literally, Lady Gaga, I was born this way, in my genes. I just want you guys to understand the intensity of this treatment, because I feel like I'm only picking up the camera in the good moments, and that's really only because, it's not because I don't want to show you the bad moments, but it's truly because in those bad moments, I don't have the energy to pick up my camera. And quite honestly, like, my mom is like helping me to stay alive in that moment and like get through it and whatever's going on to like stabilize it. So she's not picking up the camera either. So I really do hope that this video is serving some justice and showing both fighters and other people in the world just what it's like going through high-dose ketamine infusions for complex regional pain syndrome. CRPS needs a cure. It does. I still don't understand how the world's most painful disease doesn't get zilch. It doesn't get anything. No one knows about it, and it's horrific, and we need so much awareness. We need research. We just need to get this going because there are so many kids, teens, and adults suffering. And when I say suffering, they don't call this the suicide disease for no reason. Like, imagine living in that kind of pain 24/7. You can't. You can't unless you are actually in that position. You can try, and it sucks. It really does. And that's why, you know, I want to share my story and I want to raise awareness, but at the same time, I also want to be a voice to other kids who are also going through it and let them know that you can have this, but it doesn't have you. You can still make and have such a beautiful, fulfilling, creative life, regardless of your illnesses. And I just want to show people the reality of being a sick 20-year-old girl in today's society. Things that I have to deal with, things that most people my age don't even think about or won't even think about, some in their entire lifetime. You know, I'm going through things that most people either don't go through in their lifetime at all or go through it at very later age. I just want to reach out to all of the other CRPS fighters out there and all of the other EDS fighters out there. I want you guys to know that you're never ever alone. Us older kids got your back. I'm forever grateful for Sophie's Army and for the little community that I've created and have gotten together, because you guys are so special to me and so important to me, and your support and your fuel is what keeps me going. And I just want to let you guys know, like, even your messages and your comments cheer me up so much, and my mom will read them to me, especially like when I'm in treatment, and you guys just help me get through. You guys are my reminders that I need to be strong. I love my group of friends who I've made who also either struggle with chronic illness, or some have cancer, some have heart issues, whatever. It's just really cool to connect with people who live on totally random places on the map. It's just important to connect with people your age when you're going through stuff like this, because you want to be able to talk to someone that you can relate to. So I'm just gonna sit here and chill, close my eyes for a little bit, and then my friends Nick and Ant are coming over, and they're gonna come cheer me up a little bit, and yeah, that's the move. I'm documenting this because I'm not going to remember.
It's below 0 here on freezing up
Oh.
in St. Petersburg, Florida.
I'm not gonna remember much of this, but I'm so thankful they came to visit.
Like 2 seconds. She's like, I'm gonna document this.
So cute.
I love you
Oh,
guys.
love you.
Follow Nick and Ant.
Oh, that's not
Your
It's
good.
phone.
okay.
It's all good.
It's okay.
Back to
I
my
got
iPhone
Apple
once
Care.
again.
Apple Care.
If it's not cracked, we're all
Apple
good.
Care. She's like, oh, I got Apple
my
Care.
God.
Meanwhile, yeah.
Look at that.